Hello guys, good evening. Let me take us through the process of how this trouser was made in the ongoing ITF training. Stay tuned, watch the end. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and drop your comments, ask questions. I will go through them and answer you in the comment section. Let's get down to the cutting proper. So now we want to start making a female trouser. Palazzo. So you fold your fabric in this form and then arrange properly. Make sure it's properly arranged. So once you have gotten the folding nicely, the first thing to do here is to iron out the fabric if there is rumples. But this one does not have rumples, so I will proceed with the drafting proper. So you hold it all through this way, and then you bring your chalk and your rule. Then mark your baseline. You always mark out your baseline. This is the foundation to your marking. Mark out your baseline in this form. Make sure it's properly marked out all through this way. So now that you have marked out your baseline, now the first thing to do here is to add 2 inches at the hem. Now these 2 inches will serve you for the folding of the trouser leg side. So you mark 2 inches here for the folding of the trouser. Constant 2 inches. Let me try blue chalk. Mark 2 inches here for the folding. Now once you have marked the 2 inches, you connect the line in this form this way. And the next to do now, from that 2 inches, you mark the customer's trouser length. So the length we have is what? 42. Now you mark 42 inches length here. Now, at this point, you are meant to minus the band measurements because we are making a high waist trouser. You are going to deduct the band measurement because we are making a high waist trouser. On high waist trouser, there is no slanting or sloping of the waistline. Are we together? Unlike the normal English trouser that has slanting. So the band I want to use for her is 1.5 or let's say 2 inches band for the waist, right? So I will remove the band from the length of the trouser. So which now be 40. Abi? Then you add extra half inch to join the band to the trouser. That's 40 and a half. Are we together? So you mark 40 and a half. So the band must be 2 inches finishing, or let's do 1.5. So let's do 41 here. So we're now adding band of 1.5 at the waistline. Do you understand? Fine. So you mark the waistline here. So you remove 1.5 from the length and add extra half an inch to join to your band. This shocks, I don't know if they're not missing. In this form, connect the line. So here, the line has been connected. Now don't forget that on female trouser is hips over 4 minus 1, right? Yes. Fine. But when you are making a high waist trouser, you are not going to minus 1 from the hips over 4. You have to add extra 3 inches or 4 inches to the hips over 4. Because the crotch is no longer on the main waist. The crotch is now on the high waist. So the difference from your main waist to your new waist is what you add to make the crotch to reach to that point. Are we together? Mm-hmm. Fine. So divide the hip by 4. Hip is what? 40 what? 45, right? By 4 is 11 1/4, right? Add extra 3 inches for her. That is 14 1/4. Are we together? Yes. Fine. So on such cases, from the waistline, I will mark 14 inches down. Then, in marking the 14 inches down, don't forget to push out the band measurements. the back measurement you have, 1.5. Push it out before you mark the 14.5 or 14.25 depth of crotch. If you mark it from here, by the time you put your band, it has become 16 point something, and it will drop on the underleg. Are we together? Yes. Fine. So push out the band of 1.5 and then locate 14.25. So such cases, I just pick 14 as my crotch depth. Are we following?
For the west.
I just take the crotch now. We're doing the crotch. Push out 1.5 on the west and mark 14 to get your crotch depth, which was gotten from hips over 4 plus extra 3 inches. I chose 3 because of her height and size. For a bigger person, I use 4, 4.5 or 5. The one I met yesterday, her hip was 52. I used extra 4. The other her hip by 4 gave us yesterday was I think 12 point something. Then plus extra 4, 16.5. I used 16 for her crotch. So she's not of high, a tall client. You have to consider all these things in adding your crotch. And moreover, the hip measurement and the difference of the hip is also the way to crotch is where you also going to consider. So push out 1.5 inch this way and then mark 14. And this serves me for my crotch depth. Are we following? Yes. Do you understand? Yeah. Which is 45 bar. So 11 1/4. You mark it here in this form. Add extra 2 inches to it, which is constant. You get? Yes. Fine. Now, usually, since it's a palazzo trouser, we are going to get our knee points just to see the knee position. So you measure from your crotch depth to your ankle line, we get me 28.5 or let's say 29. Divide by 2, come up by 3. 29 by 2 is 14.5, right? Then minus 3 is 11.5. So here is her knee point. Do you understand? Yes. Then after which, bring out the knee line in this form. Here is my knee line. Then she said, or we said, that we want to use her laps and mark both the knee and the ankle. She wants the fitting to be fitted on the lap, but free from knee down. Such cases, you use your lap measurement and apply on the knee and also on the ankle. Are we together? Fine. Her lap is what? 27. Fine. Now, before you mark your lap, let's cross check if her hip and her lap are in line. Because I feel they might not really be equal. So let's cross check. Now, divide 27 by 4. If you remember, If you remember, last week we said that for you to cross check your measurements, you have to check the hip by 4 plus 2 must be equal or a bit greater than lap over 2. Do you remember? Yes. Fine, let's cross check it now. So the lap is with what? 27. By 2 is 13.5. So let's check if the lap is entering here. 13.5. It's inside. The hip over 4 plus 2 is bigger than the lap over 2. Are you together? The hips over 4 plus 2 must be either bigger or equal to the lap over 2. So if this lap had exceeded this point, I will increase the hip here. Like yesterday's class, the guest lap was 30 and we had 15 from what you calculated. But whereas hip over 4 was 14.5. So I increased the hip to 52. Are we together? Yeah. Fine. So now her lap and her hip are in line. Fine. That means to get the lap area here, you measure the total distance here. That's roughly 14. Middle is 7. 7. Get the middle as well from here. 7. Just get the center points. 14 and 7. This way. And then connect the center point to get your gradient what? Line. Or the plumb line. Do you remember? Yes. Connect the line in this form. just to get the center line. This is going to indicate that all measurements on both halves must be equal. Do you agree? Yes. So the lap is 27, right? Yes. By 2 is 13.5. So divide into 2 again. Fold your tape into 2 equal parts. This way. Fold this way. Get the middle. You mark the first half. You mark the first half. Okay, let's do it. Okay, same thing. You mark the first half, which is 6 3/4, right? 6 3/4 here, and also 6 3/4. That's 13.5 here. Now do the same thing on the ankle. 6 3/4 here, and also 6 3/4. That's 13.5 here. Now we have connected or gotten our hip, our knee, and ankle. Connect this line in this form. It flows down straight from here. It flows down straight from here. This is 13.5. Yeah, I'll read this one. All right. So now come to the west. Now the west is what? 29. Fine. Remember that I said for us to get a perfect waistline for female, push the hip line straight from what? From the hip line. Push it straight to the waistline. And then from this waistline, apply the waist backwards. Do you remember? Yes. Fine. So the waist was 29 bar. So that's 7 3/4 bar. 29 is 7 1/4. 7 1/4 by 4. 7 1/4. Then from here, mark 7 1 because 8 is 7 now. Abi by 4. So 1/4, yeah. 7 1/4. This way. Now we have gotten our waistline. There is one thing about female trouser that if you don't do it very well, you will regret sewing trouser because it will have rumples, folds, squeeze on the front panel, which is not needed. In this modern current sewing, you don't need to have such squeezes or folds. What then you need to do? Normally, we divide our waist by 4 and add extra 2 inches back. Extra 1 inch on the waist. But we're not going to add 1 inch on the waist here. The 1 inch that was meant to be on the waist will be taken to the back. So the front will now have space to squeeze or to fold. Are we together? Yes. The 1 inch that was meant to add on the waist front, don't add it on the front. Follow it and take it to the back. So that the front will be exact lapping without having spaces to squeeze. Are we together? Yes. Fine. So from here, with your hip curve, connect this hip waistline to your hip line. It comes in this form, just like this, and then you raise here by 2 inches. Raise here by 2 inches here, and then with your pattern mark as well, you connect the line in this form. Right? And that's all you need to do. There is no need to slow the front. And also note that in high waist trouser, you don't need to put pockets. Except you're doing baggy combats, you put the patch pockets. Now, putting this pocket might look bulgy or tight on the high waist area, except your customer wants. But I would suggest you don't put pockets on high waist trousers, right? Fine. After this, the next you do now is to start cutting. All right, so now to cut the back panel, please watch what I will do here. The back panel is where you need to do some work as well. Now, you are not going to start from here to mark your back waist. If you do it, it will gape. Gape means it will give you space on your waist at the back. It won't lap on your body. What do you need to do? Continue from this straight line, this way, this straight line. Then start from that point, mark your waist backwards. The waist is 29 bar. That's 7 1/4 bar. 7 1/4. That's here. Then remember that the back was meant to have extra 1.5 inch, right? Then the front was meant to have 1 inch. That's 2.5. From that 7 1/4, add 2.5 inch. 1 inch for the front and 1.5 for the back. That's 2.5. Are we together? Yes. I have come before. Then from here, the hip measurement is what? 45. 45 is 11 1/4, which is somewhere here. Then extra 2 inches here. I am trying to bring out the hip point so that her hip will lap properly. Extend the line on the crotch to this point, and then you are not meant to add 2 inches all through anymore here. Just add only on the lap. Let it end on the knee here. Already we have a big trouser. It will reach, it will be enough to join the sides. Are we together? Yes. So I said at the onset, when you say I should come again, in marking the back waist, don't start from here to add 1.5 or 2.5. It will make the back waist to gape. Gaping means give you space on the back waist. I said the straight line that you are seeing here, take it straight this way. And start from that point this way to mark your waist backwards. So that here can fall in to lap on the waist. So from the waist we have is 29. By 4 is 7 1/4. Which means from this edge, mark the waist 7 1/4. It ends somewhere here. Then don't forget that the front, the one that was meant to be on the front, we did not add it. We took it as a carryover to the back panel. And the back was meant to have 1.5 normally now, or 2 normally, plus the 1 inch, that's 1.5. From there where the waist ended, mark 2.5. Do you understand? 1 inch here for the front, 1.5 for the back. So the front is small, it won't have space to squeeze. And I said, from somewhere here, reapply the hip again. Make sure that the hip is coming out, then you mark, and which we have gotten. And then I said, on the crotch area, you don't need to add 2 inches all through this way again. The 2 inches will end on the knee point. Just tilt it somewhere here to the knee point. And from here, freehand sketch, you connect and go all through this way, and you go here. Do you understand? Yes. Let's cut. It's what we are trying to cut now. So I want to just fold this fabric in this form, this way. So the band measurements I am using, remember that it was 1.5 that we agreed by. Then double it is 3 plus half inch of sewing. That's 4. You know, if you fold 4 into 2, it's now 2 inches. If you remove half inch now, 1.5. Do you understand? Fine. So you mark 4 inches here this way, right? 4 inches here. So it's 4 inches width because we are sewing and weaving. 4 inches width. Then connect the line in this form. Don't worry, you will see the finish in here. No. I think because of time, let's sew this one first before we cut shirts. So let's see the trouser. After trouser, we enter shirts. Eh?
Please, I want to ask you a favor.
Huh?
Please, I want to ask for a favor.
Okay.
In case if the material is many,
Okay.
help me and cut short.
For who? So the top also. Not that way appointment clothes. I also the same clothes. I also the I make it from that. Without opening like this. Are we together? Fine. So bust measurement comes from here, this way, and then the bust on her finger bust 36, but for shirt I will make it to be 37. A bit free, right? A bit free. 1 inch extra from the fitted measurement. So bust 37. Now the shape, where the shape will lap will also be a bit free on the wet area, not like this. Are we together? It will be a bit free. So the wet is 32. 32, let's wait 32 for her shirt, right? Then shoulder, sorry. Okay, shoulder is 14 and a half. Have it? Yeah. Then field was 8. And the round is what? Round is 14 and a half. Do you do shoulder to bust? Okay. The shoulder to bust, right? /9.5 on the board, right? /9.5. Now bear in mind that on shirt making, you don't put under bust. I said on shirt making, don't put under bust.